The number one reason you can be proud, and I'm saying this number one on purpose because we should be screaming it. It's huge. It's amazing. It is all that in a bag of chips, and that is overpopulation. Because when I was a kid, overpopulation was such a monster goal. It was intangible. And today, it's reachable. Solving overpopulation is reachable. Let me show you the numbers. In the 70s, we had 15 million animals that didn't have homes. Considering handling overpopulation was unthinkable. Today, less than 1 million. Look at how amazing this is. This is huge. Now, of course, your local shelters didn't do it by themselves. There was a lot of factors at play here. The biggest...
Mark reminding you, help control the pet population. Have your pet spayed or neutered. Goodbye, everybody.
Spay and neuter has done more for bringing this number down, for bringing us to this successful point than anything else. The two biggest factors they credit with these numbers coming down are 1, pediatric spay neuter, and 2, animal shelters, animal welfare organizations, humane societies making it mandatory before adoption. Because before that, we were sending people home with vouchers. Here's a free spay neuter, here's this, here's that. And look at the numbers. It wasn't working. Once they mandated early age spay neuter, we started making progress. Now, of course, shelters didn't do that alone. There were so many people involved in getting us to this amazing accomplishment. And top of that list is veterinarians. Veterinarians pushed the bubble. They pushed against industry standards. They championed something that was so out of the box that it's still not accepted in some areas today. They pushed and pushed and pushed and got us here. Pediatric spay and neuters, crucial. They did high quality, high volume spay and neuter, and they trained on it, they taught it, they perfected it. And of course, TNR. They have helped neighborhood cats by bringing their own services, by providing services, by realizing the need and helping fulfill that need. And we have to talk about PetSmart Charities, because I have to tell you, at one point, PetSmart Charities was the largest funder for spay and neuter in the entire country. PetSmart. Isn't that amazing? Not only did they start adopting shelter dogs in the 80s, pretty awesome, but in the 2000s, they launched a transport program that connected shelters in a way nothing else had ever done. They connected rural shelters with training, with a sister shelter, so they had a resource and someone to talk to. They provided transports and opened doors for these shelters that felt like they were all alone in this monstrous situation. And of course, technology. We wouldn't be here today without technology. The internet connected shelters, and of course, software. We needed a way to track animals. We needed a way to track the people that were bringing us animals, where the animals were coming from, what their situation is, what condition they are, and of course, live outcomes, right? We needed to track how many got adopted out, and bringing us to that was so instrumental. And to think shelters were the pioneers implementing these new programs against a lot of flack in the community while doing their day-to-day job, which never stops. 24/7 animals are needing help, right? And they did it at the same time. That is awesome. I cannot say enough about how important this number is. Anybody who is my age knows how bad it was in the 70s. This is phenomenal. We need to take a minute and just say, well done.